So, okay. First things I gotta get out. I've only uploaded one video yesterday, which was the Harambe Will Never Be Forgotten. And I have a good reason why I just posted a 59-second video for an entire day. I do one episode per day, but if it's the RIP Forgotten videos for dead memes, what I'll do is I'll post another one, because that doesn't count as one video itself. It's barely even a minute long. And I've actually been at a relative's house for the last few days because my mom's been out working and she couldn't get to me. So I couldn't record videos, so I just had that video in preparation to upload in a different day. But because I wasn't able to record that day, it just messed my whole schedule. I had to go with that. But now back onto the topic of the video. Tomorrow will be a more serious video, which already will probably be pre-recorded, kind of like this video. And at my school, I am treated like a freaking god. I'm treated like an immortal being who came down from the heavens to save us. Okay, maybe not that much, but I am treated abnormal, like I'm an alien, because I can speak English fluently, without a doubt. And I go to a Portuguese school because I'm from Portugal. So it just becomes, and the odd thing to me is, here, they treat me like, oh my god, there's God who can speak English. But in England, it was like, he just can speak a certain language. I don't care. I prefer the England one. Because it was like, they didn't care. I didn't get too much attention. It was just, I could live on my life, normally. But here in Portugal, what would happen is be like, hey, I can name myself as the most popular kid in my school. But I'm a person who's not super social. I'm with my friends, I'll talk with them for hours and hours. I don't mind. But I couldn't go to something without knowing people, like a party, that type of stuff. Then kill me. No, that's very hard to say. So, I don't get what some people's logic is. Because I could speak English, and English is like something you have to learn, a language you have to learn here, because it's a very known language around the world, so it's good to know it, so most schools teach it. Unless you're in an English school, which you don't teach English. You teach basically grammar. Kill me. God damn it, can't stop with that. But the best part is I actually got to meet some pretty neat people from it. The bad part is I got to meet some absolute dicks. No, I shouldn't say that. That's so wrong. I'll never say that ever again. But yes, they really were dicks. Because they were like, you see this is a different person. Different person. He has something different that I don't. Let's make fun of him. Like, one girl in my class, you know, it's physique. We're doing a gymnastic, playing a game. And you know how some people can get competitive. Which, one part, if I'm defending you, where it's basically I put myself in front of you, don't get pissed at me when I was told to go in front of you. I didn't be like, I want to screw with this person. No, I was told, defend that person so they can't grab the ball. But then also, I won't be able to grab the ball. It's like I take one for the team to take out the strongest person of their team. And then they start saying racist stuff of England. And I'm not. And in England, Portugal, there isn't many other races. There aren't any Asians, any Indians, any and other races here. Barely any. So this girl will just says, hey, go back to England and drink your tea and play with your goddamn dolls. Go back to there. You don't belong to be here. And you know, I just blow up on her. Yeah? And then a girl has the nerve to say to me, no, that wasn't racist. Because in their tiny little brain, that racism only applies to one person, black people. Like, no, every other race in the world, they don't matter. It's only black people can be offended. And I just get so pissed. I even talked about it to one of my friends, and he'd be like, and I said to him, I befriended a smart kid because he was also a cool kid. Because he was a smart kid. Yes, it works exactly the opposite way here. If you're smart, you're probably going to be the cool kid. Unless you're one of the big kids. I say big kids, but I should call them the dumbasses. What is up with me today? The dumbasses. Because I can see that you don't want to go to a class and you might skip it. I can see why you do that. But what's the point of doing that every time? That's like, what is even the point of going to school? They're like going to a library to not do anything. Go to a library to read. No, they go to a library because they feel like it. Like, no. But I was continue on. And I was treated like a god, basically, at my school. And yet, they were fine. Some guys were pretty cool. Some guys, they just assumed that I was English. I was born here, but wasn't there for most of my life. So, but I'm still technically a Portuguese. And you know, that fish, delicious fish stereotypes. Delicious stereotypes. So, I was treated like a god at my school. But most of the time, I really wasn't. I was only treated as the translator. Because most of my class would be like, hey, what's the answer to this? Here. Hey, what does this mean? There. Hey, how'd you translate this to this? There. I was mostly treated like that through my class. No one and outside would be like, bruh, can you try? No. It was only my classmates. And I didn't give a damn. Because it would just be like, bruh, happens. It sometimes needs. One day I'll ask you, hey, can I borrow a pound from you? Oh, they'll be like, okay, just pay me back sometime. And I'd be like, and they'd be like to me, can you translate this for me? And I'd be like, okay, here it is. And I met some cool people. I met some fine people. And I met some absolute cunts. So it's just, the biggest problem with it is that I'm not really a super social person. I'll have my little group of friends, but I don't want to be super connected with the entire school. Like, I don't want to be considered to be cool kid. Yes. The cool kid who is like super social with everyone, is great mates with everyone. Yeah. I would prefer not to be that because it's like, I don't want to be I want to know I want to know everyone from my class, and everyone knows me, but I don't want to be like for the whole school known. Because you're treated like there in the school, I'm treated like an alien. I'm treated like an odd thing that has odd powers. But in England, it was just, no one gave a damn. No one actually cared. Which is kind of odd to me because I'll just randomly talk in Portuguese whenever I feel like it. And like we're losing a game of soccer, I'll be like, oh, fogo. That was some Portuguese for you. Yeah. And that's basically the whole story. You know I'm cringe. And you know I was about to say Chinese ripoff of Lieutenant Core, but no. Literally only today I subscribed. Good channel, good content. And also, I have the same birthday as Jim Bob. Not Jim. Tim Tom. He's currently in jail. I just thought about it. Wouldn't I be technically a Portuguese ripoff of Lieutenant Cole?